This is the most popular K-beauty brand for makeup in Japan. Is this cleansing milk has been ranked as like one of the best cleansing milks ever. 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Ah, there's just so much. What exactly I bought at cosme. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing part 2 of browsing through at Cosme Tokyo. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください。しちゃいなよ。So we are back with part 2 of browsing at Cosme Tokyo because if you saw part 1, like, it is overwhelming. There are so many products, so many brands, and I was given 2 hours to film, but 2 hours is nowhere near enough. So welcome to part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, check it out. We are now on the 2nd floor of at Cosme Tokyo, and behind me, you can actually see all of like the brands they have on the 2nd floor and then 1st floor. Got a lot of the same brands or like a bit more of an open space for some brand displays. So we're going to honestly just browse through. So it looks like this section is called the At Cosme Selection. I assume that means it's like another section where they've picked up certain products to highlight. I see a Hints product, which I know Hints is so hard to find online. This is their blush. Whoa. Such an interesting texture. Oh, it's beautiful. It's really subtle, but like so shimmery. Oh, another Hints product. Wow, look at this. Such a cute little foundation, but I guess they are highlighting Hints at the moment here. And then we've got some other products. I know this Ihada toner, like you've got irritation from dryness or even like allergies and stuff. A lot of people use this brand. I've only tried their balm, but really want to try their toner and emulsion as well. And again, we've got one of my favorite sheet masks here. It's just everywhere. You know what? They've got a lot here. They've got a lot of the pop-up displays that they usually have in drugstores. If there's brands that are coming to drugstores for a short while but not permanent time, they don't actually give it shelf space, and instead they kind of put this whole box display up, and it looks like they've got it for a bunch of different brands along here. I had never heard of this brand until I came to Japan. Wonjangyo, I don't know how to say it, but Momo from Twice is the kind of brand model. Even behind here, we've got a full big screen of super kawaii Momo. A lot of these were sold out in other stores that I saw, so they've actually got a really good variety here. Actually, they've literally got it all here. So cute. It's also very pink and I love it. Sippy. Is this the one you looked up for me, Logan? Yeah, so this one is produced by a YouTuber. Yes, I feel like if you make your name in Japan as a YouTuber, it's not just like a one product kind of we produced it, it's a full makeup brand that was produced by a YouTuber, which I feel like is really cool. There's actually a number of brands like that in here. Of course, we've got Andobi. They even do skincare. I think their popular line is all about vitamin C, so I really want to try this as well. So much K-pop. We've got Itzy, who is the main model for the Maybelline eyeliner here in Japan. Ooh. Is this different to the one I have? I've tried their Hyper Sharp before, but it didn't look anything like this. Whoa. See, I love the colors that they come out with here. Chifure is also a very affordable drugstore brand that's been around forever. I feel like they used to kind of have an image that like older women would use it, at least to my knowledge for some reason. Maybe because the brand name is like written in hiragana in like a kind of old school way. So that was the image I had, but I feel like more and more they're like hopping on the trend and like have lots of nice bright colors and like definitely more usable for younger people. They do also have skincare, which is really popular. Oh, addiction. There is a face powder that my mum wanted. I actually think it's this one. My mum sent this photo for this addiction powder and I think it's this one. Maybe it's sold out. They have 2. I'm actually going to ask the store staff later which one they recommend for mature skin because it's for my mum, but I guess the glow version is sold out here, so I guess it is pretty popular. I do love the color correcting variety in Japan because I actually use color correcting a fair bit because I get redness in my cheeks. Even today I did use a green primer to try to get rid of that redness, but they have so many options here in Japan and a lot of tone up options as well.
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay. Oh, here we are going into the K-beauty section. Not all K-beauty, but definitely more K-beauty brands than we saw downstairs. Everybody knows Laneige. I didn't know they had a cleansing oil in the Waterbank range. Wow, and it's so big. Looks so like watery and nice. They've got their sleeping masks, their cushions. I must say, I think this is the most popular K-beauty brand for makeup in Japan is Tiru Tiru. So random. Like, I feel like as a global consumer, I've used one of their skincare products, but I feel like I don't hear about them that often. But in Japan, it is everywhere. And the cushion, I mean, look at the range they've got here. The cushion is so popular. They've got minis. That is so cute. So this is the full size, but I guess they've got like a mini version for like half the price. That's adorable. And how good is that for like touching up and putting in your bag? It's so cute. How cute. Wow, I might have to actually get one of these mini ones. And look, see, it's won everything. Best Cosme low price foundation in 2022, cushion foundation #1, and then, whoa, like hit product #2 out of all products in 2022. Why is no one talking about this? Other than Japan. I just feel like it's so weird. There's obviously something that Japanese people are drawn to with tiritsuru, and I just find it interesting that it's not talked about internationally. Further down, we also have Innisfree. I think Innisfree was probably one of the first K-beauty brands I tried. Skin Food, Innisfree, Nature Republic. I feel like they were like the first ones I tried. So again, it does have a special place in my heart. Green tea serum is divine. It's been so long since I've used it, but I know I'd fall in love again if I used it again. Whoa, they have a whole section for hints. I've got this eyeshadow palette, and then I've got a couple of their lip products, but very high quality makeup products. I know they can be like a little bit pricey online. I mean, I guess they're pretty pricey here as well, but it is one of those brands that it just makes you happy having it. Like the packaging and everything is just so gorgeous. So they have pretty much a full hints lineup here, and it looks like, from what I can tell, like the stock's not bad. So if you're in Japan and you want hints, come to @cosme. Bare Minerals, Clarins, a lot of skincare brands that I feel like you guys are used to, or makeup brands that a lot of you guys have seen. Osaji? Never heard of this one. I assume it is a Japanese brand. Such pretty colors. I kind of wish I did my nails myself because there's so many pretty nail polish colors. Too Faced, we've got Anasui again. Dear Dahlia, as you can see from the packaging, very cute, but I didn't know that they had like a presence in Japan. So if you were looking for Dear Dahlia products, they've got it here at Cosme. Oh, Covermark. I was looking for this. I think their cleansing milk, it looks kind of different to the one I've seen, but this cleansing milk has been ranked as like one of the best cleansing milks ever, and it's really gentle, really good for sensitive and dry skin, and it has been on my wish list for a very long time. The packaging looks like kind of fancy though. I wonder if it's like a special edition. You know what, I'm gonna ask the staff because I don't really know exactly which one I'm looking for, but they have it here. I'm definitely going to be grabbing it. Ooh, they got some men's products too. Ah, that brand. We saw this brand in a drugstore, and Logan pointed out that it's actually quite unusual to find such a wide variety of products for a men's brand. And it's produced by Orbis, which is a pretty famous brand in Japan, but they've got like night cream, cleanser, toner, and they've even got oil control stick, base color, concealer, eyebrow pencils, lip care, like even makeup for men's, which I think is so cool. And it's actually becoming more and more common, especially in Japan, for men to wear a little bit of makeup. And they even have cleansers that removes light makeup like BB cream and eyebrow and stuff. So I think it's so cool that we're starting to see that here in Japan. I mean, I feel like skincare and makeup is just universal. It doesn't matter what gender you are, but I feel like as a male it could be kind of like intimidating, or you could get kind of hesitant when it's like pink packaging and so cute. So I feel like it's really cool that they've targeted it to men's but starting to include makeup as well. I assume like around here is all kind of men's centric. Yeah, so they've even included like the men's Melano CC, the Kianoko men's version. So they've kind of selected all the men's products here. Even Shiseido, look, all the makeup they've got. That's so cool. There's actually way more like men's makeup than I realized. Maybe we'll choose some products out for Logan to test out. Would anybody like to see that? Ooh, I see something cool over here. Let's have a look. This is part 2 tester bar upstairs. Oh, see, I think this is the actual setup that it's supposed to be when there's no collab for like downstairs. The height of the mirror I also love, because I feel like a lot of places like you end up having to like fold down and stuff. And they've got skincare available for you to try out on the spot. It gives you like the pricing and a little tidbit about the product as well. And they've got little sinks here as well. You can try out cleansers, So cool. I love the setup. And it still feels like it's personal and you have your own space rather than like you've squished next to someone else trying to like try a product out, because I feel like that happens sometimes in cosmetic places and I'm just like, I want to try too, but there's someone in the way, so I'm just like not going to. But you have like plenty of space to yourself here. Oh, here we go. The cleanser that I bought. We'll have to try later. Ooh, I actually hadn't come by a Nivea yet, but they have the Nivea cleansing oil. There's a magazine called LDK in Japan where they rank a bunch of products as well from user like experience and stuff. And this was actually ranked really highly on there for being such an affordable cleanser. I guess there's two types, beauty skin and deep clear. Excel. I used to use a lot of Excel. So this is another semi-drugstore makeup brand. Might be loud here, so we'll move on. But eyeshadows, super shimmery, so nice. Highlighter, really subtle, so nice. Really nice makeup products there. Humi is another brand that you will never hear outside of Japan, I feel like, but in Japan it is so popular and very cute packaging. But they also do have a skincare line. I feel like they never used to have one, but they've got a pretty fully fledged skincare line now. And then Uzu, they were like all the rage when I was here last, and really well known for their colored liquid liners. They used to even have like a white one. I wonder if they still have it. They do crazy colors like bright orange. I don't know if you can really see it on camera. And even green. Whoa, it's like literally drawing with like a marker. Promoted it even in the States, like they had an event in America to promote the new Uzi liners and stuff. So let's see what else we've got, because we don't have too much time, you guys. It is going to be opening in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, we'll go over this way. I have never heard of this brand. There's just so many to look at. Oh, okay. These are like high-end in drugstore brands. So they're called Counselling keshohin, usually I think, and they're usually brands that you do counselling, like a one-on-one counselling with a staff member at the drugstore who will actually help find what works for you. Obviously it may be hard if you're an English speaker to do it in Japan, but they're a little bit more higher quality, a little bit more higher end, but still accessible in the drugstore. So it's a lot of those kind of brands. So you can see it daily, but a lot of the time in drugstores they'll have it like blocked off, like you can't access it. It's in like a box and they have to unlock it because it is slightly higher end. But it looks like a lot of those brands are up here. Yeah, like D-Program, Erikshiru. You see them in Japan all the time, but never outside of Japan. So this final section here at the back of the second floor is the Tokyo sales ranking. From memory, I believe it is the actual like popularity of what they sell in this store specifically. So out of all the products in this store, the products that are sold the most, well, it's like everything to do with lashes. So, oh no. This section is the lash section. There's just so much. Oh, it's so cool. It shows you how many they've actually sold. Number one in lash serums, and they've sold 3,500 at the store, and that's why it's number one. Whoa, it has, the first is 3,500 and then the second is 800. So this is like super popular. I think that's the one I got. But we'll have a look at skincare since it's down here. For cleansing, number one is the Artenia Skin Clear Cleanse Oil, sold 2,700. Fun fact, my grandma uses this skincare brand, Artenia, and she's used it for like decades at this point, I think. Almost 90-year-old grandma uses this brand that's number one ranked, which is so cool. Number two is, yeah, still selling strong, 2,400. This has been around for so long and is still so popular. Number one is the Kanebo for second step cleansing, and then this one's number two. And then of course Suisai. Whoa! 345 is the Suisai powders. Obviously, they are so popular. Is someone trying to tell me to stop? No. On the back wall here, you can see what is actually selling in the store right now, which I think is again kind of like a different view, because the other rankings is the whole of Japan, whereas this is people in Tokyo and specifically this store. It might be different to the whole of Japan, so I think it's cool they do that too. Oh! So happy to see my Naturiya Hatomigi milk in 5th place for emulsions. That is so nice. I love this. I love this, you guys. It's one of my favorite moisturizers from last year. We've got mascaras, the Can Make one. Love it. I've got it in every color. Before we finish, I actually want to show you guys something really cool. This little sofa that you can chill on, you can like charge your phone here. So you can do some shopping, you're tired, you've spoken for 2 hours like me, and then you're like, you know what, I want to sit down, chill, and plug up my phone. I feel like I still didn't have enough time at all to show you guys everything, but hopefully this gives you like a little bit of a guide into at Cosme Tokyo if you're planning to come here. I know so many of you guys have already messaged me saying like, have you seen that store at Cosme? It's so big, it's so cool. And I'm like, I haven't been there yet, but I know we're all going. So hopefully this will be a great English guide because I don't know how many there are out there. Once again, I want to thank the at Cosme team for letting me film here. I actually asked them if anyone from overseas has like filmed before opening and done it before, and they're like, no, you're the first one. So I was like, first English guide to at Cosme Tokyo, pretty exciting. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I am going to continue to shop because this store is about to open, but there is no limit for me to be here to just be a customer and shop. So, you know, I've already started my basket and yeah, I'm just gonna keep browsing. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye! Well, hello there you guys. As you can see, I am now back in Australia and I was going to film a haul of what I purchased at Cosme Tokyo while I was in Japan, but towards the end of the trip I got really sick and I sounded like a man, so I was like, I know you guys don't want to hear my voice like this, but yeah, I thought we'll take a look at what I purchased at Cosme that day when I filmed. Obviously, I have bought a lot more products while I was in Japan, and that'll be in another haul video. If it's up already, I'll link it, or I'll link it once it's up. But I thought I would do a separate haul for what exactly I bought at Cosme, and I literally just packed it in my suitcase as it is. I'm gonna start off with skincare, obviously, because it's what you guys want to see. The first thing I got was the Kiku Masamune skincare lotion in the glossy moist version. So it was quite a while back that I did a review video on the light pink and white version of this toner, and this is their new version in this bright pink bottle. A few of you guys had sent it to me and I was like, yes, I gotta try that, but surprisingly I didn't find it everywhere. Like, not every single drugstore had it, and I saw it in at Cosme, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it just in case I can't get it anywhere else. It has inclusion of a few more skin benefiting ingredients compared to the other ones. So it's got niacinamide, ceramide, I think it has fermented rice extract, which is the base of the toner anyway, because it's supposed to be like Japanese, like Nihonshu, Japanese rice wine toner. So I'm really excited to try this. Obviously it's pretty affordable. I think it's less than 1,000 yen for sure for this huge 500ml pack, and it actually came with a little sample of the face wash. Yeah, it came with a little sample of the face wash, which I love. Japan for always adding little like add-ons and little like samples onto products. Love it so much. I got a couple like slightly higher end products, for me at least. The Atenia Skin Clear Cleanse Oil. This brand, Atenia, is actually a brand that my family has been using for like decades at this point. I think my mum used to use it a lot and my grandma still uses it, who is what, 80? 80? No, 90. She's turning 90 next year, I believe. And she's been using it for years and years, and she has amazing skin. And my mum has sensitive skin and she's used it. And then also my aunt has used it too. So it is a brand that's just been around my family for a really long time, but I had never tried it. This cleansing oil was actually ranked as like the #1 cleansing oil for, I believe, the week that I was there. So I thought I would give it a go. Slightly like a jelly kind of oil texture. How much was it? I should get my receipt for how much all of these things are, but I'll put it on the screen of how much everything is. The thing I did like about this is they actually have two types, one that is scented and one that is unscented, which I thought was really cool. I actually ended up getting the scented one. It says aroma type, like aroma type, but it had this really nice kind of luxurious, relaxing smell to it. It's like herbal kind of, I guess. But as you guys know, I am totally fine with fragrance, and I actually like fragrance in my skincare if I like the fragrance. They also had multiple different sizes of this one, so I'm super excited to try that cleansing oil. And then another cleanser that I got was the Covermark Treatment Cleansing Milk. I love my cleansing milks and I've really gotten into them over the past year or so, and this was consistently ranked top of the charts, I guess you could say, on Cosme as well. And I've seen it everywhere, and I didn't even talk to my aunt about it, but one day when I was in Japan she messaged me and was like, this cleanser, and I was like, I was planning to get that anyway. I thought I would try it out. Japan does love their cleansing milks because it is good for sensitive skin, it is good for dry skin, and it is a little more gentle on your skin compared to oil cleansers. So I have been using milk cleansers, especially on days where I'm not wearing a lot of makeup or I don't have a lot to remove. So very excited to try that one out as well. I also love that on the back, like they've written about how much you should use and like the actual directions of how to use it, which I find nice. Now this is the biggie. This is the big purchase that I made. The Decorte Liposome Advanced Repair Serum. Oh, I just realized that they had like a free sample with this little thing, but I never got it. Damn it. So this serum is absolutely everywhere at the moment, and if you saw part 1, you may have seen to one of the big reasons as to why is because Ohtani Shohei, the baseball player, is doing the ad for it, and I feel like I see his face with this serum everywhere. But even regardless of him, even without him, this serum has been so popular in Japan for a really long time now. I mean, my auntie was like the person I talked to about all J beauty stuff while I was in Japan, so I'm going to mention her a lot. She was like, you don't even need him to do an ad for this serum to sell, like it sells so much already. It's probably the most expensive item that I bought in Japan, or skincare item, because I think it was like 7,000 to 8,000 yen for 30 mils, which is a pretty small. I actually tried out a sample and thought it was really nice, so I'm very excited to start incorporating that. And it is kind of like a repair serum, kind of helps with anti-aging and stuff. And you know, as I am filming this, tomorrow is my 30th birthday. Today's my last day of my 20s, so you know, I should probably start incorporating some more anti-aging products in my routine. This is the Country and Stream Honey Eye Roll-On. I did find it was a little bit harder to find eye creams at a kind of drugstore price in Japan. They have eye creams, or they don't really even call them eye creams. They call them like Target cream or like wrinkle essence or something. Not specifically for eyes, but just like wrinkles in general. Even at drugstores, a lot of them were like 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 yen. So I was like, I feel like I don't have like a ton of wrinkles yet to kind of spend that sort of money to try to like reverse it, if that makes sense. And this one was pretty affordable, and it was one that I actually hadn't found that much in drugstore, this brand, Country and Stream. I feel like they often sell it at like Plaza, Loft and stuff, but not everywhere. And I like the fact that it was a roll-on. Oh, that might be all of the skincare. So I'm gonna now move on to makeup. The first item was actually not for me, but it is for my mum, and it is the Addiction Tokyo Invisible Essence Loose Powder in Translucent. My mum had just requested this because she wanted to try it. I love the packaging. It's very sleek. It's kind of tiny though. And it is just like a translucent powder. Pretty simple. They did actually have two types, translucent and then a glow, which had like a slight kind of pearlescent shimmer to it. And my mum was basically like, whichever one you think would be good, or like whichever one you choose. And I was like, luckily, the decision was easily made for me because the glow one was sold out at Cosme, but I did ask one of the staff there, and I was like, look, my mum's like nearing 60. You know, she doesn't have like a ton of wrinkles or anything, but she has like slightly mature skin. Which one would you recommend? Because I thought like some things with pearl or glitter can actually make things more obvious, like pores and wrinkles. And the staff did agree with me. They were like, the translucent's probably safer because the glow can enhance certain imperfections or like textures on your skin. So I was like, okay, cool, and ended up getting a translucent. So after my mum's tried it, I'll ask for an opinion. The Dolly Wink My Best Mascara in the shade Red Brown. So I absolutely love colored mascaras. I feel like I rarely wear black mascara now. Like even today, I know it looks basically black, but it's brown. And I love wearing like orange tinted ones, burgundy, pink. They're just, it's a lot of fun. And I think it's like a good way to kind of change up and spruce up your makeup. Red brown, like especially this kind of like burgundy shade, like, I mean they show it here, is not something that you come by all the time. And it also said like, this is like Suryo Gente, which means like limited number, which in Japan when they say limited number, they actually mean it, like it will sell out. I'm convinced I'll try it, and it is the Dolly Wink brand, which I used to use so much when I was in high school. It like came out when I was in high school and it was huge. Their packaging and look has changed a lot
since then. But yeah, I thought why not give it a go. The brush seems like pretty skinny and easy to use. The color just like sold it for me. This, I totally bought it just like for the memes, I guess you could say. When I was there, as you saw, they had this huge event campaign on for Kate Tokyo, the makeup brand. When I was filming and everything, I guess I didn't realize like how big of a deal the event was. And I guess there were certain lipsticks in certain shades that you could only get like at that time or at Cosme or something or other. As soon as they opened it, it was like super busy and people were like rushing in to get this lipstick. And they're like, yeah, it's probably because like it's very limited. And I was like, I wish I had known, because then I would have like bought it before anyone else had access to the store. But I still ended up getting one because I thought, how cool, like it'll be kind of a memory of the time I filmed at Cosme at that time that they had this event. The Kate Tokyo Lip Monster in 102. And looking at the package now, I guess it really is like limited. It says limited on it, and it also says Feb on this tiny little candy. So it's like their Feb launch release. And literally this morning on my line, I got a message, not a message, it was like a promo thing from Makia, which is a Japanese beauty magazine. They're showing that the next Lip Monster release is in June, which is like more than a month away, but literally like promoting it like, oh, the next one's coming out in June, like big deal. And I didn't realize it was such like a limited big deal kind of situation. Let's have a look at the actual color. I got this kind of brownish shade. The packaging is like so cute though. It's got these little guy on it and it says like Lip Monster. The packaging itself is like pretty simple. And this is it. I will say the Lip Monsters are like really creamy, but that's the shade I got. Let's try it a little bit. I feel like it'll go with my lip today. Ooh. I kind of like it. I'm actually glad I went for this shade because the other one, although it was nice, I feel like I have so many shades like it. Whereas brown is something that I feel like I am getting more into recently, but I don't have too much of. So yeah, I don't know, these Lip Monster lips are just so popular in Japan. I don't really know why, but after I use it, maybe I'll understand why. I mean, I will say it's really balmy, but it's really pigmented, which is very rare in Japan. A lot of lipsticks in Japan are so lightly tinted, like they're not very pigmented at all. And that's usually why I don't buy lip products in Japan. I prefer Korean lip products. But yeah, that's the Lip Monster. I like it. Next is just some accessories or tools, I guess you could say. The Undobi Black Sponge. As you can see on the front, it has already won awards for at Cosme as well as Lips, which is another kind of reviewing Apple site. Obviously, it just looks like a normal beauty blender. I kind of stopped using these type of sponges for makeup, if I'm totally honest. I tend to just use cushion puffs for everything now, not just applying cushion foundation, but I'll use it to apply like basically any makeup I do, and I feel like it works well for me. But I'll try this out and see, because everyone seems to be making a big fuss about it. And the other one I got was the Rosy Rosa multi-use foundation brush. They just had a ton of stock on it because they said it was like their best-selling makeup tool brush. It says you can use it for liquid, cream, cushion, powder, like you can use it for absolutely everything. And honestly, it has been a long time since I bought any new makeup brushes. 680 yen recommended retail price, so a very affordable brush. I do like how it's kind of like really compact and short bristles. Oh yeah, it feels nice for sure. Dab it on and then brush it without like hopefully getting streaks. Oh, one more makeup tool. The spatula is all I can see. Lion Planning, I guess, spatula. So we've all seen it, the super popular Korean makeup applying trend. I mean, it literally even says so popular in Korea, like up the top here. When I went to Korea, the only shop I went to shop was Olive Young, and they didn't have any spatulas. Like they were sold out or didn't stock them. And then I ended up seeing it in at Cosme, so I was like, you know what, I'll just try this one. I don't even know what brand this is. Organdy Net Quality Cream. What is this brand called? Ishihara Shoten. I don't know. It just says Quality Cream Organdy Net. So I used to always think that foaming nets were all the same, but now that I've tried a fair few, they definitely are different. You can get them at the 100 yen store for $1. Like, yeah, it'll still work. But if you spend like a little bit of extra and get one that's like 500 plus, it does foam nicer and fluffier. It has sold many units. I don't know how many units that is in Japan. It's also like kind of different. It's got a net on the inside, but then it has this kind of like meshy kind of souffle-y material on top. I also have had my foaming nets for way too long. I feel like I just need to chuck them out because they're probably like just infested with bacteria. And then lastly, we have just a couple of hair items. The Tex-Mex Tokyo coil hairband. This one is for Logan for when he washes his hair. We were looking for a headband like this for a really long time and we could literally never find it, like online or in store. And we found it there, so we're like, yes. The one hair product I bought there was the Orbis Essence in Hair Milk. So I thought this was kind of funny because it's like just in this like plastic bag with like a label slapped on it. It looks kind of, I don't know, not like cheap or low grade, but yeah, this hair milk was like everywhere. They just had baskets of it and baskets and also had it like ranked top and blah blah blah. So I was like, why not? I use oil a lot of the time, but depending on the oil, some oils can just weigh my hair down, whereas milks tend to be a little bit lighter and less greasy. Samples, which I thought was really nice. Honestly, if you asked for it, you would probably get so many samples being there, because even in drugstores in Japan, if you buy something like slightly higher end, they're kind of like, oh my god, you're spending the money to like purchase this, let us give you samples. Did not ask for this one, but I was kind of curious to try it, so I was really happy that they gave me samples. When I purchased the powder for my mum, the lady was like, do you use anything for like color control? And I was like, actually I do. Like I use tone up stuff, I use green primer and things for color control. So she gave me a little sample set color control skin protector from Addiction, and this little leaflet thing has all 4 shades of their color corrector, which I thought was really cool. She did give me 2, so I think I'll give one to my mum just because it was her purchase. And then the other sample we got was, we did this little like, I don't know, they take a photo of your face and they like predict your skin type and your skin age and stuff. My skin age was my age, but they predicted me to have oily skin, probably because I go for that glow and I'm like, I know I don't have oily skin. But anyway, it printed out this little receipt and it said like, give it to a staff member to get a sample. And it was this Lesage toner, and I did see it in other drugstores. They were really expensive. They were like 6,000 yen for a bottle. But I thought it was cool that you got to do this interactive thing and then they give you a receipt and then you could get a sample to actually try it. So yeah, they are the things that I purchased at Cosme Tokyo. I definitely would have loved to spend the whole day there, honestly. Like you could take your sweet ass time and literally spend the whole day there. They even have lockers on the first floor where you can store your luggage because they know people spend like hours and hours there. It was a Sunday that we went and it was so busy that after a while I was like, I can't handle it anymore. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the guide, the walkthrough, the browse around, and also the haul from at Cosme Tokyo. It was such a unique and amazing experience that I got to film there. It was only possible thanks to you guys, so hopefully you enjoy the videos that I got to create out of filming there, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!